Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. And you know what day it is today? I'm smiling because it's going to be the end of someone. But I'm going to put the display names up. Look, you got Judge Mo. And then you've got, oh, wait, who's this guy from Mancunian Way? Oh, he calls himself the Treble Father. So in this very room, someone is got nerves of steel. And there's another one who is sweating buckets, just like everyone out in the UK right now in this 30-degree heat. Because I'm telling you now, if it wasn't for this wide space house, I will be absolutely sweating in this chair like no tomorrow. I should have gone and get a drink. I literally told everyone in here, make sure you go get some water because it's really hot if you are in the UK, if it is hot where you are and everything like that. And I haven't even taken my own advice. Great. But anyways, joined by Martin. If anyone doesn't know Mancunian Ways, literally description below, title above. Amazing guy. I've got a lot of time for him. Very nice. He saved me in his own chat. But literally, we was going along yesterday, right? And was thinking, wait, Daps is in Istanbul, Steve's in Istanbul, Lads is in Istanbul. I know Huey's super busy right now. Hamza's in Istanbul. Everyone's in Istanbul. But Martin's here. But how you doing anyway, man? How you doing?
Yeah, good. I would have been in Istanbul, but I've got family issues, so well, I'm not there, sadly.
Oh, but you're here, man. Why would you not want to spend the Champions League final talking with us on a day like today, man? I know exactly why you didn't go to Istanbul. Was the pilot called Richard Arlison by any chance, or you don't get that one, do you? You don't get that one, do you?
Yeah, I do get it. I'm just not going down that road. I've got a stream later, and I'm not putting myself in that
area. Cheap shot. How? Mo, you're nervous. You ain't said nothing. I can see the expressions on your face. Look it. You're literally built like a deep breath at the moment. I can see it.
Listen, like this is the most nervous I've been probably watching Inter over the past 15 years or something. I wasn't as nervous as this in the treble game against Bayern Munich in 2010. It's I don't know. It's just when you wake up and the whole world is against you. It's like every single pundit, every single so-called expert saying 3-0, 3-1, 4-1. I'm like, what is this? Where is football? So maybe it's true, and we gonna save football then, because if that's the football they wanna watch, if that's the football they wanna promote, 3-0 in a Champions League final, 4-1, the superpower Man City, the unstoppable Man City. So maybe it is true that Inter are gonna save the world if they win. Then they're gonna save football.
Oh damn!
That's what they. But seriously, 6 pundits yesterday on ESPN, and I shared the picture on my Twitter. Not one of them, and 2 of them are Italians. One of them is an Inter fan, and nobody said Inter will have a chance. Only one with K. Murray said 2-1, and I'm like, what is going on? This is the new football then. The superpower Man City with all the money in the world, not them only, all the Premier League against the Italian team that have 7 players or 6 players over 30, and you're not even giving us a chance. Come on, just give me a break. This is not football then.
So if you was literally write an album cover, it would literally be called Feel My Pain. But look, this ain't a preview. This is just a normal chit chat. You know, this ain't a thing where I'm going to start asking you a bunch of questions. This is just us vibing on a day like this today. And we've done a preview before. And obviously it's a bit of nerves, a bit of confidence. It's a bit like, I don't know what's going to happen today. Yesterday's opinion is not today's opinion. You know what I mean? Like along those lines, Mo. But it's going to be one hell of a game, man. Like you said, man, I saved the cheerleader, saved the world. Anyone that's watched Heroes back in the day, you'd understand that reference. Let me big up some of the guys in the comments if you guys don't mind as well, man. People that are always here, like Terrence as well, the Mancunian Way channel. I'm telling you guys, look, if you guys actually support Man City and you don't even know about mine yet, you're going to know today and you'll know tomorrow. And trust me, his channel is actually quality. You've got 2 other lads that usually come on there as well and actually talk a good game. Man Latata in the building. Big up a gal in the building as well. Big up Krampus, Bria or Brea. Let me know. I don't want to say your name wrong. Sorry. Are you always in here? He says, have we heard from Daps? How drunk is he? And has he learned some more Roy Hodgson facts to enthrall Big Steve with? Maybe in a taxi. I think he's all right at the moment.
I think Steve's ignoring him somewhere.
Yeah, big up Jay outside or Jay outsider. Big up Mojis in the building. Jamie Wayne saying they got a good defense and Martinez is on form at the moment. Big up Sophie with the blue love hearts right there. Jessica as well. Sophia as always, one of our members. Linny in the building. There's loads and loads of people, man. If a Blue Shand, Martin, can't forget none of you. Aries here as well. Inter per sempre or something like that. Please tell me I said that right. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Inter per sempre.
I look at my Italians getting sharp. Hey,
getting ready. Practicing that all week.
There's a few people in there that's literally for Inter as well. Football podcast, XTalV as well. Inter guy to say football by playing Haramble. You know what I mean? Like Geordie Tune for life says, come on, Mo, cheer up. You never know, right?
Never know, yeah.
Everyone is just look, man. Everyone, look. You say the pundits might be against you, but let me go straight to Martin. Do you feel like everyone's against Man City right now? Do you even care?
See, I don't listen to ESPN. I listen to other things, and all I've heard is how we're Inter going to stop Manchester City, how we're Inter going to beat them, and then all I've heard is like I was listening to something earlier. And Carragher's banging on about Istanbul for Liverpool and United's 99 team. I'm like, they're not even in the final. What are you banging on about here? I had to turn it off. Like, you do know these, like, City are like, just anything not to talk about us. With respect, that isn't the way it's being talked about in England at the moment in terms of, or with the English media. It's very much against us. Which I don't mind. Listen, they were against us for Bayern. No one gave us a chance. Madrid, no one gave us a chance. And I've been, you know, Cash, you've seen me on my channel. How relaxed have I been for months? I've just gone along and gone, yeah, I've got every faith in this team.
Yeah.
And I'm so relaxed.
You know what it is as well? The consensus around Man City fans that from Daps. Obviously, this is how I know. You just care about you. You don't care about anything that else is around you because you would never put yourself in this position 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. We have to do this kind of talk. And I think even with you, Mo, probably after your time after 10 years ago, you probably never thought you'd find yourself in a Champions League final, 12 years on? 12 years on, was it roughly right?
Yeah, not this year, 13. Yeah, not this year. Yeah, like like if you tell me Man United tomorrow, next year you will be in the Champions League, you're gonna tell me I'm crazy. You're gonna tell me like you're crazy. We're still building. We're still rebuilding.
Crazy. Last time you boys actually played was about 12 years ago as well, and that was in a friendly back in pre-season. You never thought that, and it's crazy, right? So, and last time you both played each other, you beat each other 3-0, even though it's pre-season, but you hadn't actually faced each other. So this is an unknown entity to someone like Pep Guardiola. Filippo Inzaghi's probably trying to build his career with Inter Milan and his credentials and so forth. I think everyone's written off Inter Milan, which is, I think, plays a lot into their favor by overrating maybe Man City or overlooking Man City and thinking like, yeah, because they usually smash teams. But the general fact is, I think it's going to be nerves from both sides. They're all human beings. You can install as much confidence as you want, but don't you remember, like even before, like even recent finals, when has there ever been a battering in a final? Anyone remember?
Only the 4-1 Real Madrid Juventus, I think, or 3-1.
Wasn't that extra time as well? That was only after extra time.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you got to give props. I think now today might go down a little bit. I know a lot might look towards Man City as a 70-30, an 80-20. But really and truly, this football match is a one-off. It's a 50-50. And I think it's kind of unfair on Man City to say they're going to smash them. And I think it's kind of unfair to say that, you know, Inter Milan's got a small chance. Vice versa, by the way. It goes both ways. Look, Mo, you said something to me just before the stream went. You were talking about your chat. And this is what makes me a little bit worried as a Man United fan. Because remember, I'm by the way, Mike, I'm talking as context cast, not shameless cast. Because this summer, this is what I have to do. And then you'll get that back again when the season starts. Talk to me about your group chat and the Inter Milan fans, Mo, because that was interesting. I must admit.
The guys are so confident and so relaxed. They're like, yeah, we made it here. We're gonna be okay. We can win this game. But if we don't win it, yeah, who cares? It's fine. We are here. We are just happy. Enjoy. Like Anthony, you know Anthony from Inter Worldwide. So Anthony made a video yesterday on the channel saying to every Inter fan, enjoy the occasion. Like, be grateful that you're an Inter fan. Enjoy that you're in the Champions League final. You're in a big event. And I'm like, I don't feel the same at all. But I'm talking about more than 100 people in that chat. And they all have the same thing. They're all excited, but they aren't nervous at all. Like, it doesn't, like, it's okay for them. Win or not win, it doesn't matter. And I have this other feeling that completely the opposite. I think this is Inter's chance. It's not Man City's chance. I see it from a completely different approach. Inter might not go to the Champions League final for another 10 years because we know that the Premier League clubs now are getting even better and better. But Man City might be in the Champions League final next year and maybe the year after. That's how I'm feeling. Man City were in the final 2 years ago, and Man City were in the semi-final just last year. So who says that Man City are not even going to get stronger and go to the final next year? This is Inter's probably last chance, probably in the next decade, to win a Champions League, could even be in the final. But this Man City team are only getting stronger. They get stronger every year.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like this is my last chance. And I feel if Man City lose, it's always next year.
Is that how you feel as well, Martin, to be fair? Like, you feel like, you know what, if we don't even win it today, we'll probably win it next year or the next couple of years. Like, you're creeping.
No.
Nah?
No, and I don't say, Kaz, you know, City fans, we don't think like that. We're not
because you're an original.
Never
Martin,
mind, we'll do it next year.
Martin, because you're an. I know what you thought, because you, as T and Dab said, you guys have been through the trenches. So, like, for you, this is now is like you can't believe yourself that you're here for the second time in 2 years, and it's a triple is happening. The triple is in the making. But the reality is, if you remove your Man City hat and think about it from outside, no, seriously, you're like the strongest team in the world.
See, I know, I get that, Mo, and I do get that. Maybe it is my age, and you know, like Daps, Steve, and everyone else. Maybe it's because I don't want to say, because I think there is a split within the City camp. Some are like, yeah, we're going to dominate. Here we go. This is us for the next 10 years. And then there's me, Daps, and others that are like, this could all end next year. This could all disappear next year, and then, you know. Look at United. United had dominance for 10, 15, 20 years. And now they're going through the spell the same way Liverpool have gone through their spell when they had their drought. The drought will always come. I just enjoy the ride for as long as I'm on it. And whenever that ride stops, it stops. This feels a bit bigger. Because I think 2 years ago, because of the pandemic and everything else and the way it was, I've always said, I personally don't feel we were ready 2 years ago. I don't think we were quite ready to go and do that step. It was a bit like the players, like they were just happy to be at the final 2 years ago. We're at the final, here we go. And this year, I think they've gone, they all seem a lot more relaxed, laser focused. I think coming back from winning the title, winning the FA Cup has given us massive amounts of confidence. And I think that some of the confidence comes from because of our defensive record at the minute. I mean, I saying last week, we haven't conceded more than a goal since February.
Yeah.
And we'll score an average, 2 or 3 goals a game.
That's mental.
So we've seen our mentality's changed within the team. We've gone from the small, nimble, skillful team where we've still got some of that element. So if you look now, we're like Land of the Giants. We've suddenly matured and become 6'5" monsters at the back in midfield. You know, you've got the Nordic meat machine up top, who hopefully will turn up tonight, but I think he's done well even when he's not scored. I just feel tonight will go either way. I think it could be a 3-0 or it could be a close game. It depends how both teams set up. I know you've done your preview and Excuse me, I haven't had a chance, but for me,
No, you
I
have.
see
No,
the
no,
game.
no. Please.
No,
I want
to
you
me,
to go through
I
what
actually
you
see
think
the
how
game
the
in
game is gonna go.
different sections. If I'm, this is my personal opinion, I think Inter Milan will look at the first 20 minutes. Do we get through that 20 minutes? Then can we get to half time? You can get, if Inter Milan can get to half time in the game or a drawing or even a slender lead, then the pressure comes back to us. The pressure is on us. But if City get that opening goal like they did, sorry, Cass, last week,
Why
I
you
mean
say
to remind
sorry?
you, it could be a very long evening at that point.
Mo,
That's what I mean. It could go either way.
Mo, you said something completely different yesterday. Do you remember what you
No,
said?
it's actually aligned. If you see what Martin said, it's exactly what I said. I said that Inter can score in the first 20 minutes. I said Inter, if we go through the first just 5-10 minutes composed, we can actually get a goal, because if Man City get the ball, as Martin said, Inter are gonna set up trying to stop Man City early, but also we are aware that we can hit Man City on the counter because we have the players. And as Martin said, if we go through that first 5-10 minutes, we can score. I think if we go through the first 5 minutes without having a dangerous chance on us, like just Man City can get a corner or we clear it out easy, I think we score early. I think we score first, because I think after 5 minutes, just because of that goal that Gundogan scored against United, if they don't score in the first 5 minutes, players might get nervous a little bit, especially if they see Inter comfortable defensively, like exactly what Real Madrid did in the first game. Real Madrid were defending, but they were comfortable defending. They were like getting the ball wide to like when Bernardo and Jack Grealish get the ball, it wasn't hard to defend them in the first 10 minutes. And this is when Real Madrid gained confidence. I think Martin said it perfect. If Inter gets through the
get past the first 13 seconds, basically, right?
probably, yeah. And then I actually think every minute that goes and every clearance that happens in this game, Inter will feel more confident and Man City will get more nervous. Every clearance.
The longer that goes, the longer it goes at 0-0 or still in the game, you'll start seeing City. City will always try and do what they do, but you'll get. My worry is you get to the 60th, 70th minute, it's close. Does Pep start making substitutions that might not be needed, or does he start overthinking it? But like I said, it could go the total opposite way, and we're 3 up.
Do you think City? Okay, so let me again. I know that you guys trust Pep. Do you think Pep might overthink it a little bit, because this Inter team play in a formation that nobody ever played against you other than Brentford? Like no one
it's
ever
a 3-5-2,
played.
innit? It's the 3-5-2 basically.
With two strikers, like just out and out number 9s, they're gonna just pin your center backs back. Do you think that Pep might go back to 4 in the back, put Stones in the back?
No,
a little bit.
No, he's not gonna. To me, this 3-2-2-3. I've always said it has been because of Real Madrid last year in the Bernabeu. I think it scared him. It bothered him. It really got to him last year. In terms of we were in total control of that leg, and then for some reason we got to. I'm not sure what happened. We just got to the last 15 minutes, and you could see things weren't quite going our way, and it changed. And Pep, this is why he keeps going on about control so much. Talks about control compared to directness, and it's all about ball retention for him. And the idea of this middle four, which is John Stones has stepped up remarkably to do. I don't, I've always thought he had it in him. I didn't think he had it in him like that. It's because we've got that extra man in midfield now, which if you then try and counter it stops Inter having an outlet as much, because you go right, you go left, you don't know where to go because there's a man there all the time.
Yeah, you know what though, I find I'm just trying to think of a tactical aspect of things. Obviously, I'm not the biggest brainiac in the world. Even though I took control of a men's team at the age of 19 and completed my FA badge, my level cup, my third coaching badge, and won the league, and I won a double that year with XLP. So what can I say? Yeah, man, big up myself. but on a tactical aspect, on a 3-5-2, I just feel like Pep's going to use the centre mids to go further out wide because Jack Grealish starts out wide and comes inside. And the beat of 3-5-2 is to literally either you pin back the wing backs or you just ping the ball into the correct areas. That's the way you pin their wing backs backwards. Because if you keep pinging them into them areas near the corner flag and take control there, I'm telling you now, Jack Grealish is going to have a lot of fun, and Kevin De Bruyne is going to have a lot of space on that right hand side. A lot of it. You literally just have to make that 3-5-2 as stretched as possible. Otherwise, it's going to be a smooth transition. But what's interesting with Inter Milan is it is that midfield at the end of the day. They got Barella and Brozovic. Brozovic is great at playmaking. He's a good clamper. Barella's full of energy, got attacking spark in it. And I just want to know if Inter Milan are going to sit back or literally try to do what Man United do and just disrupt the flow as much as possible and hurt Man City from there. Do you get what I mean? Because playing at the back, three at the back, you should allow an extra midfielder to be used then. But three at the back is I think Haaland's gonna find it hard to find a lot of space. And what I think Haaland's gonna do, in my opinion, is literally try drag the centre backs as much as possible out of position for Gundogan.
He'll drag him deep. He'll do what he did to your lot on Saturday. Because everyone said Haaland was in the game, and you watch, it was dragging your lads deep and bringing them in. And then Kevin was on his own.
Yeah, I think Kevin De Bruyne is due a good game. He hasn't had a good game in ages, if I'm being honest. Not that he needs to, because you have got this big game player Bernardo Silva. What do you make of that? I think the biggest threat for Man City this game is going to be Bernardo Silva. I'd be so honest. That guy loves a big game, a big moment.
This is my only thing about like Mo said about and you about Pep changing. I think he'll go with the same 11 that he has Bayern, Madrid, United. For the first time in the 3 years, he has a best 11. Big game 11 that he trusts, which is very unusual for Pep. Doesn't normally do that. But Inter are not going to play the same way as Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. It's a whole, and I don't even want to say Brentford. I've heard this, like most of this Brentford analogy to Inter. I find it very disrespectful to Inter Milan because Brentford are not even in Inter Milan's stratosphere, never mind. I don't get that. I know what people are trying to do with that, but it's totally different.
I meant the formation, not the.
No, I know what you know. I don't mean you. I've heard other fans say it's like playing Brentford. It's not, because Brentford don't have anywhere near the quality that Inter Milan have. All the history or anything else with them. My only thing was, does Bernardo play? Cass, let me ask you a question. Do you think Bernardo was good last week?
Bernardo? He was arse. Yeah. He was not good, but I don't know, man. I think they were thinking about I think I think it might have been. I don't know, man. You know what?
Do you not think it was the way you played in your formation?
You know it was, yeah. I was gonna say, look, we can always pinpoint it down to being City being nervous, thinking about this final or thinking about whatever. But then that means you're disrespecting Ten Hag's tactics of, nullifying what Man City have to do in their flow. Clearly Ten Hag has found a solution in how to nullify that attack. Clearly he found something, but Man United just didn't know how to see from there going forward. The transition wasn't smooth.
And there was no outlay. You had no outlay because Rashford was just trash.
It was nothing from there. So you done part one, right? But the step two is you don't. But I think Man's got a better team than Man United. That's the thing.
That's why I think Bernardo was a bit out the game, because he was. You look when we played Bayern, he had to deal with Koeman, he had to deal with Davis.
Yeah,
and he dealt with them very, very well. Same with Real Madrid, had to deal with that other side. When he's not got somebody running at him in terms of I'm gonna sort of do, because he's very good at the transition back to front, from front to back. That's what Bernardo is very, very good at. But it depends. I keep saying it depends how Inter Milan play. I don't know what Inter Milan are going to be like. Are they going to sit back, soak up, play tight, or are they going to come and have a go?
Yeah, I agree.
This is what I don't know, and I can't he will play the 11 I think we're going to play, but will it be right? I don't know until I see Inter Milan come out and play.
By the way, guys, there's 300 of you in here. If you haven't done so yet, we're not even on 100 likes. Please smash that like button for us if you haven't done so yet. Big final today. It is hot in the UK. You know, it would be nice if you guys could like the video as much as possible. The sacrifice for the sacrifice is mental right now. Ozan Kabaka says, yo, Mo, good luck, bro. You're gonna need it, lad. As well. So big up for that super chat right there. And yeah, we've got a video from Daps and Steve.
Levels here are mad. That's the blues over there. Big Steve, box off. VIP. Oi, Steve, we are fucking roadies in fucking VIP, aren't we?
Mate, we're not fucking about here. We got kebabs and everything. Kebabs and
Oi,
that.
old school security. I'm in roadie.
Hey,
Check out that.
went into.
So they're not even in the actual fan zone, are they in the VIP part of it?
Yeah, clearly they're in the VIP part. Yeah, he's having a time of his life. Looks hot over there as well, man.
He looks sober.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's probably because he's around Steve and not around the other lot. Because Steve doesn't drink, but who knows after tonight things could happen. But yeah, Mo, man, talk to me.
Talk to you about. Okay.
Talk to me, man. It's just
We're gonna pick the moments to go press, which is what exactly Man United did in the game that they won 2-1. You remember when you picked some moments to press Rodri, you picked some moment to press the defense. We don't press as often as other teams. Like maybe we do it like Real Madrid. We press when we need to press, when we see a chance. So I don't know how it depends all on Dzeko or Lukaku play. If Lukaku is playing, I think we're gonna just try to soak pressure and maybe get the ball to Lukaku to turn one of the defenders, Akanji, Diaz, whoever's gonna be one-on-one on him.
yeah.
If Dzeko plays, it's gonna be calculated press a little bit because Lukaku has to get isolated with the defender for him to be able to do something. Brozovic. I think he's going to show the people his level now, playing under pressure, getting out of the press. While he's going to show the world how can you play a regista role, of course, in a team that doesn't have all the ball. I don't know. The only thing that worries me a little bit, the only thing that worries me is Bernardo Silva on the right side on DiMarco. DiMarco isn't great defensively. He's just good on crosses and going forward. DiMarco is someone who leaves space for people to cross, doesn't defend very strong one-on-one. So that would be, if I was Pep, I would play Mahrez, not Bernardo. Because I know both teams.
That's what I keep swapping on. And I know what Mo's saying.
I know both teams. So I watch every City game and I watch every Inter game. And I know that right side, that left side of Inter, one-on-one, technically, they aren't strong. It's Bastoni, yes, but DiMarco, the one that is going to go out to try to stop the right winger for Man City, isn't great when they have a winger that can dribble. And Bernardo is a good dribbler, but he's not Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez can create something out of nothing. You can just give Riyad Mahrez the ball and he can dribble and create something. If it was me, I would play Riyad Mahrez if I was Pep, because I know the work ethics of Bernardo and everything. But Riyad Mahrez sometimes, when the game is trapped, and I thought that against Real Madrid, the first game, if Riyad Mahrez was there, he would have pinned Camavinga back. Camavinga had bravery to go forward, had the chance to go forward because he wasn't worried about Bernardo. Bernardo was worried about Camavinga more. It was the other way than it should be. And I think that Mahrez is more suited to this game. It's just my opinion.
More than Phil.
Now, the problem with Phil Foden, Martin, is that he hasn't been consistent lately because of the injury.
Yeah, and I'm with that. Yeah.
So I wouldn't put someone who has been in and out of the team. But Riyad Mahrez has had 90 minutes in him in the last 2 months. Some games he played 80 minutes and then he gets subbed out when the game is over already. You know what I mean? Like, and Foden hasn't been holding a position and making it his. Foden has come for a midfielder, has come on the left, has come on the right
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
But
yeah, I know.
Mahrez
He's been
only
left or right or
plays
in
the
the
right
middle.
side.
I wouldn't. My issue with Mahrez is, and I get what you said, 'cause that's what I've debated about for 2 days, and that's what I meant by the different styles between Real and Bayern. This is not Real and Bayern in terms of playing. They're not going to come at you and come at you and come at you. And with all respect, Mo, I don't mean it in any disrespect.
Yeah,
It's
of
just
course.
different playing styles.
Yeah,
Very
of course.
similar to the way United played last week. It's more about stopping us and then going on the attack. Get us stopped first, and then we go. Mahrez doesn't track back enough for me. That's my issue
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
of course
Mahrez
he
will not
doesn't.
track
Yes.
back. Mahrez sort of gets to the halfway line and then thinks it's like a wall. No, I'm not going through there. It's like a no-go area. He just doesn't want to do it. I just think Walker and Bernardo work better together.
Mm.
Yeah,
I think they work better as a pair.
Defensively or offensively, Walker doesn't go forward.
Both. Because I think Bernardo can be offensive, and he can do he will do the donkey work. He will. Same as Grealish. I mean, you watch Grealish tonight. He'll win so many free kicks tonight. He'll win loads of them tonight.
Do you believe in Dumfries?
But that's
No,
he's
I believe
Dumfries
actually
going to go forward.
Grealish,
Is he going to be brave enough to keep going forward?
he doesn't need to. I actually believe Grealish in a game like this shouldn't be dangerous at all. It will be like, yeah, free kicks, fights, little like nipples here and there, but it wouldn't be him creating something out of nothing. I think Grealish is going to be important today just to keep the ball, keep the recycling. But he isn't the guy. Like, if Grealish creates something today, I'll be surprised. Like against Man United, he didn't. Like it was 1-on-1.
I'm going putting a tenner on Grealish hat trick.
Huh?
I'm going putting a tenner on Grealish hat trick now.
Yeah, but like if you look at the game to like tactically, it should be Bernardo on the right side with De Bruyne creating something more than Grealish by himself on the defense on that left side. Listen, I'm not convinced that Jack Grealish is that great of a player, and I said that to Daps, and he is an okay player, a good player, and because he plays for Pep Guardiola, he looks good because there's not much pressure on him.
I think he's been phenomenal. I know you probably.
I know you guys are talking about. If you guys think that he's phenomenal, I think like that means Bernardo Silva is a Ballon d'Or, and I think that Foden should be one of the best players in the world. Jack Grealish is a good player. He isn't a great player, and because he good and holding the ball, everything, but always doesn't create something out of nothing. He isn't. When he gets the ball, you don't think that something dangerous is going to come out of it. You don't think. You think that, yeah, he might draw a foul here and there. I'm being realistic, but people want
now.
Exactly, and people see that's what people keep saying, and I don't want to go long for this debate. You guys are always say, but it's Pep's instruction, it's Pep's system. But I'm looking at the other side, and Bernardo sometimes creates something out of nothing. Mahrez sometimes takes things into his own hand and creates. Foden sometimes gets on the pitch and try to beat a man one-on-one and create a cross or make something. You can sit here and we can debate all day. Is it Pep asking him, or is actually Jack Grealish?
I think the
it's
only
just
reason
good.
I know what you're saying. I get it.
It's not, and people I'm sorry, Martin. People keep saying it's an agenda, and I'm seeing the comments, guys. It's not an agenda. People just don't want to see the reality. Guys don't want to see, like Man United finally said that Marcus Rashford is great at scoring goals, driving at defense, good at counter-attacking, but he isn't a great link-up play. My Man City fans don't want to see this because they don't want to admit. I feel, to be honest, and this has nothing to do with this game. People don't want to admit to themselves that yes, Jack Grealish is good in a team that like Man City, good position and keeps the ball and pass sideways, and nobody can get the ball from Jack Grealish if he keep passing it.
You listed a few things about what you think about Jack Grealish. What's that called?
I don't know. If you say an agenda, that means I'm saying something that is not true. But I'm
No,
honestly saying how I'm convinced about Jack
agenda.
Grealish.
No. I think an agenda. I think that's been mistaken. I think that's been
Yeah.
taken out of context. An agenda doesn't mean it's not true. An agenda is what you what you clearly think about somebody.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's you have. That's you have an agenda. That is called Mo and an agenda. But the thing is, when people say you got an agenda, it's look. I rate Jack Grealish a lot. I mean Martin. Trust me, I rated this man ever since that Wolves game. He turned it up, and I'm talking about Wolves at the Molineux, right? So, and I remember that performance was the one where I felt like he changed it around. Look, it's okay to have an agenda, but sometimes what I think when Daps says you got an agenda against Jack Grealish, I think he's more thinking like because you got so much of an agenda,
I don't see the good things, right? I don't see the good things.
To pick out the good things and stuff.
Yeah, maybe I see that. But the reason why I think it's counter from what people keep saying, because I look at football at the wingers of Pep Guardiola, and I'm thinking, I remember that Spurs game when Mahrez really said, you know what, this Spurs teams, you guys are up against us. No, it's my game. It's me who's gonna win this game. And I see Foden sometimes does this. Like against Man United, the 6-3, it was Foden. And
Foden gets criticised for that mode by Pep.
Yeah.
But who's the
which
best
is
one?
fine, which is fine for me.
And that's the thing with the City fans, because Pep has come out publicly and said that's one thing Foden has to work on his game is stop being
the main man, wanting to be the main man.
Yeah, and stop being. It basically he said to stop trying to be as direct. We want the control, because this all came back to going back to the Newcastle game 3-3. I think was it September, and it was if you look when we had Sane and Leroy and Sterling, it was those two went. But the trouble is, your midfield and your centre backs aren't caught up with play, and if you don't score in that moment, you're all out of position. And what he wants you to go is all go as a unit. And that is what Jack brings you compared to a Foden or a
let me ask you something
Mahrez.
straight. Let me ask you something straight. If you have two wingers that is not Foden, Mahrez, Bernardo, or Jack Grealish, and you're losing a game 1-0, Man City fan, and you have these four on the bench, would Jack Grealish be your first choice to come off the bench to change the game and win you the game?
Yeah, he did at Stamford Bridge.
Maybe maybe I see something.
He did do at Stamford Bridge. You put
what I mean is that there were you had Foden and you had Bernardo. What I mean, if you didn't have any of these, I feel like Foden can change a game, Mahrez can change a game, Bernardo can change a game. I think Jack Grealish is more of, it's a City team, a system team. Let's put Jack Grealish, holds the ball, keep recycling the ball, maybe create something. He has some assists this year.
But I think that's okay. Some players just suit,
but not the wingers.
Systems.
In my opinion, not the wingers that played for Pep all my life. I've seen the Thierry Henrys. I've seen the Eto'o being a winger. I've seen Pedri. I've seen David Villa, Lorenzani. Like I've seen wingers. This Pep Guardiola team that even Raheem Sterling, huh?
We sold
because
him
he didn't because Sane was too direct for Pep's liking.
And Sterling was
Thierry Henry said that. Thierry Henry said that sometimes Pep would ask us to stay in our position. I don't want you to get involved in this play. But long story short, my thing is I feel like you have no right-footed player on the team to play on the left side. And Jack Grealish, because of 100 million, and because it's working with him, it's okay. It's going. For me, I don't think Jack Grealish is top 10 wingers in the league, in my opinion. Maybe I'm maybe taking it or not. Top 5 wingers in the league. I'll take Salah, Saka, Martinelli, Rashford, Foden, Mahrez, Bernardo. I'll take all of these guys before him as a pure winger. I'm not talking systems here. Take the system out of the game and talk pure winger. I'll take these guys before him. But I think he suits Pep's system and the way maybe Pep wants him to play. But I'm not in the dressing room. I am someone from outside. I'm just looking at the game as someone who watches a winger play. And if it was my team and I want a winger to change games, I'll take even Marcus Rashford. I'll take Bernardo Silva.
So you're not scared of Grealish tonight then, Mo?
But that's what you don't understand. That's what you don't understand. John Stones, for example, for me, is a great, maybe center back. Is a good player. But because of Pep and the way he developed this guy and the way Pep is a genius. Pep gets you 120% out of every single player on the pitch, including your
This is
goalkeeper.
what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do for like the Darren Fletchers.
Wes Brown, bro, assisted in a Champions League quarterfinal and a semi-final. Guys, just deep that. Wes Brown. And I, with all due respect to Wes Brown and John O'Shea, they aren't great players, but great coaches get you something out of nothing, makes you a better player. Alex Ferguson won the league with Tom Cleverley and Anderson. Come on, just be realistic. Pep Guardiola makes you better than what you actually are. Makes you an amazing player.
I saw you doing, Mo. You're trying to convince yourself a little bit just to get yourself over the line, thinking that, you know what,
I still think
as people think they are.
He is nervous for tonight, you know.
I am
He is
very
nervous.
nervous.
You see
I'm
it.
very nervous.
When you keep talking so much, man, that's why I'm thinking I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna just do the talk, man. It's like, bro, I need Inter Milan to win. I need them to win so bad.
I've never felt underdog like this, man. Yeah.
Tyrese, big up for the super chat. He said, "Where's your chest, Mo? You was full of it yesterday."
Dude, I was full since Tuesday. I did 13 previews, guys. Just give me a from every single content creator, other than Daps and Steve. I met every single content creator for City that is out there. Even now, Martin is the last one, and I've been asked the same exact questions.
No, I'm just saying, you had a bit more chest on extra. You had a bit more chest on extra.
I actually didn't. I actually, at the end, I'm very realistic person, right? And at the end, I say, with all the things I say, if you ask me to bet my house, I'll put it on Man City winning the game. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
I hate when
I'm realistic. If I'm playing any other team, I wouldn't. But this Man City team, and let me ask you something. Any team in the world would think that they are inferior to this Man City. When I say this Man City team, I feel this March to June Man City team, which is so different from the one that's from August till end of February. It's completely different team. However,
that's because of what happened in February, and I'll always thank them for that.
Let me tell you something that maybe will make you a little bit unsettled. You didn't play great away from the Etihad at all. This even in March, the only team that you've blown away is Everton. And it doesn't matter if it's neutral, not neutral, because you played against Man United, and Man United are the absolutely Arsenal. You played at home. Didn't you?
Beat them away, didn't we?
The first game or the second game? The first game, you played away.
First game was away. When was that?
It was 2-1 until the end, wasn't it? Even that game was 2-1 until the end. But anyway, I think like I was looking at the fixtures, and I think, let me see now. March 4th, you played away, Crystal Palace 1-0. You remember that game? Southampton, they're shit. Bayern Munich 1-1.
Yeah, we always drew away.
Fulham 2-1. Real Madrid 1-1. Everton only 3-0. And
only
Brighton.
What did you want, 5?
No, but that Everton game was completely strange. But the reason why I'm saying that is that I was looking at the Real Madrid game.
It's desperate. He's brought Saeed in now.
I'm kind of desperate.
I want to know how many are sat there in Milan tops.
Damn, man. Hey, what you got? He's like, Mo, what you got for us? What have you got for us, Mo?
Something out of the bag, bro.
Starving out here.
Players
went to the Inter shirt. Where's your Inter shirt?
Did you see behind me?
Who's got his? I want to know where Cassie's is.
Do you see everything behind me? I can just move, and you can see my background.
I mean, I don't know, man.
All I can see is his Norwich scarf in the background.
Hey, don't see that then. Red John, big up yourself. By the way, Red John is a Man City fan, not because he's called Red John. Believe it or not, his missus is a Man United fan. I don't know the history behind the red part. I think he said before anyways, but big up him. This is a regular super chatter of Never a Foul. If you want to support Never a Foul, literally a super chat, a membership, or anything along those lines.
What a question.
Appreciated. Yeah, man. Anything, any way to support us along the journey. We're actually on the road to 10K. We're actually on the road to 10K. Before I read out the super chat, if you guys don't mind, and obviously it gets tiring, it's annoying, but underneath the actual video itself, there's a fun button. You can hit that. It helps us with the videos. It helps us with getting us out to new people and so forth and so forth. And it boosts us. And also, Martin here is on the way to 2K as well. So have a check of his content if you like it. Obviously, it's Man
Trying to
City.
wait that tonight. I know that's
Yeah,
massive, but we're only 190 away.
Are you doing a watch
We're
along?
trying to hit that tonight.
let me just get rid of that.
Are you
Say
doing a
again?
watch along? Martin?
Yeah. Doing a watch
Oh.
along post match. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, I tell you this funny story. I know it's off topic, but I had tickets for the final. I had them in my basket. And you know, the category 2 ones,
Yeah,
were
category,
only
yeah.
the cheap ones. I had them in my basket, 2 of them. They sold out, and they only had the 490 quid ones left. So I looked at my missus and I went, "Can I get 2?" And she just gave me that glare of like, "Nope." So I went, "Right."
Red John says it. I agree with him.
Gutted.
As a City fan myself, Grealish is a great player, but not Ballon d'Or contender kind player. Jack is like George Russell in a Mercedes F1 car, good, but not an F1 contender. Oh, there you go, man. I big up John himself, man.
Well, I'm trying to understand the analogy. I'm trying to get
so
it.
basically, there's a driver that's not so good in the F1 team, and the Mercedes pretty much build the best kind of cars, along with like Ferrari and so forth, yada yada yada. Is comparing the driver as like Grealish. Grealish is a good driver, but he's in a great team, and the great team is basically Mercedes and Man City. There you go, Mark.
But I think Jack Grealish was, when he was Aston Villa, because he was left free, he was great. He was like, "Take the ball, it's my game. You know what? Everybody plays the game I want." So
Yeah.
I felt like it was different. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's just move on from Jack Grealish and move on probably to John Stones or Rodri. And John Stones for me is a very interesting case because
I wonder how you're gonna deal with him today. I wonder if Chanoglu or someone like that is gonna
yeah, it's gonna be one of the midfielders.
I wonder if he's gonna follow him, or is Lautaro Martinez gonna be the one to literally be in and around him? Because Lautaro is good at that. Just disrupt one.
It's Rodri. Stones is the one that breaks the line. Stones is the one that breaks the line, not Rodri.
Stones does what he did to you last week. Did you see the one on the edge of the box?
I saw it. Yeah. Rashford.
That's what Stones does.
Ericsson was right there. He could have nicked the ball off him. That's the thing.
He was awful.
As much as John Stones was there, yeah, I think Bruno or somebody pressed him, or is it Sancho? And Ericsson could have just taken it right there. And like, it was so easy to take as well. But I'm saying, look, Rodri does the ticking, right? All you got to do is disrupt the flow of making him seeing that he can't see a pass. Just keep it compact. Rodri, you're not going to win the ball for Rodri. He's too strong. His balance is, if it was FIFA, his balance would be 99. If that's how high. You just don't get the ball of Rodri. His balance is ridiculous.
How come Spurs pressed him twice this year and they scored 2 goals? Isn't that correct?
But this is what I'm saying.
It's nothing against Rodri, but again, because he's so comfortable all the time.
Switch from Jack to Rodri now. Who's next?
Yeah, Rodri's ridiculous. Yeah.
No, he's amazing. Like, he's absolutely fantastic.
I wouldn't have a person to keep. I think Barella will be in and around that anyways, right? Because you know, I think he's going to be out on the right hand side at De Bruyne and the Gundogan. You just can't pick him up anyways. But I'm just saying, John Stones is like, you have to do what Real Madrid did. You have to infuriate them to the point where John Stones doesn't want to come out of the defense. I would literally be sticking someone on John Stones and say, don't move from him, because then you can disrupt the flow. Still, it's when Man City get comfortable.
What did he do with Gundo then?
I think
the problem.
No, but they got 3 at the back. And then you got a Brozovic still. Do you know what I mean? You got a Brozovic. Kevin De Bruyne is going to be hanging out wide. Who follows Kevin De Bruyne?
Do you want me to tell you exactly how the game's going to go? How the marking is going to go?
You know,
it's going to be...
It's not going to go anything like this.
No. I'm not going to go. I'm talking about the marking on the pitch. Who's going to mark who? It's going to be Cherby on Haaland. Around him, it's going to be Darmian and Bastoni. They're going to be free. They're not going to mark anybody. Dumfries is going to mark Jack Grealish. On the left side, it's going to be DeMarco on Bernardo. In the middle, it's going to be Brozovic and Barella on Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. Brozovic is going to switch to the left a little bit, and Barella, Gundogan. Hakan Çalhanoğlu is going to mark whoever is going to come forward from Rodri or John Stones, and one of the forwards is going to drop to mark that defensive midfielder, and we're going to leave Lukaku on the 3 in the back.
But you're leaving something there, and there's a man called Kyle Walker that literally likes to sweep up, and
he doesn't go forward.
No. Yeah, but this is what I mean. You've got no outlet of pace but Lukaku. You got no, and I would say Dumfries has got a bit of pace about him, and DeMarco does as well. DeMarco's not exactly extremely fast though. This is where I think, you know what, Kyle Walker will have an easy day against him if that's the case. It's just about getting those early whips in, and let's see if Edin Dzeko and Lukaku's going to be there. Look, Inter are all a very organized team. We all know this. Italian teams are built on organization, right? It was even hard for you to break down Milan. You had an awful game against Milan. It was controlled, though.
Yeah, but we had 2-0 up. Like, we didn't need to do anything.
It was controlled. That's what I'm saying. It's organized. That's what I'm trying. I'm giving you compliments right here, yeah? It don't matter. You can still be organized but not get battered.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you forget about another man, and I think he's an unsung hero currently at City. Obviously, he's only just come, but there's still a Kanji there. He's full of pace. I don't think Ake's going to play, and you still forget about one man who just loves the Champions League. And this is where I feel like Lukaku might have a tough. This is where Lukaku needs to believe in himself. Believe that you're going to be like literally Romelu the Stallion.
Does he play though, Cass? This is what I don't know. Does he
I don't know, but there's Ruben Diaz still, like people forget there's still Ruben Diaz to get past, and he's
it's gonna be 1-on-1. It's not gonna be 2 players. See, that's what happens. It's gonna be 1-on-1.
1-on-1, Lukaku might have some freedom, but I just feel like look, if you can't get on that pitch, you still got Akanji and Walker to go past, and they're full of pace.
Not Walker. Lukaku only is going to be on that left side.
Akanji's been our unsung hero the last.
Yeah, I like Akanji this year. He's great. But
that's why I want to know: is it Dzeko or is it Lukaku? What do you think he's going to do?
I kept thinking about it yesterday, and everything is leaning towards Lukaku. But if Inzaghi chooses Dzeko, that means he sees something I don't see, and he did that in Milan as well. So I don't understand. You see what I mean? Like, if a coach chooses the obvious, okay? If a coach chooses the obvious, he's like, okay, he's trying.
What does Dzeko give that Lukaku can't in the first base of the game? What if you see him pick Dzeko? What would it be for?
No, that's what I don't know. This is why I think he has something in his mind. I don't see anything that in the beginning of the game, in the first 30 minutes or 45 minutes, what does Dzeko give me that Lukaku doesn't?
I think he has a better first touch. That's just what's seeing Dzeko live.
Not really lately. He's 36 to go 37, play the ball long, and he's going to get...
Oh, yes. Someone told me the other day that Dzeko's got pace. I said he didn't have pace in his prime.
He has zero pace. It's -5.
Pace now.
-5.
Yeah, big up Simon Clark becoming a member. Appreciate that so much, man. Anyone else that wants to become a member, it's literally in the description below. You can find it. And someone can post it in here if they want to as well. But
I have a dream, guys. I have something here. If you can get me to 250 likes, listen, we have 350 people here almost, or 340 people. Guys, the like, if you don't know where the like is, it's underneath your live chat. If you're on your phone, hit the X, close the live chat. There is a like button. It's a free content. Hit that like button and open the chat again. It's not going to go away. Just hit that like button for me. Give me at least to 200, at least in the next 5 minutes.
I don't think you can afford to not play Lukaku. You need the outlet straight away, man. Not the outlet later in the game. I think you need him straight away. I think Dzeko is more of a guy that's tired minds, high in the box. Then bring him on. Maybe you might want to bring off Lautaro. Maybe he's going to be useless. Or Lautaro might be needed for penalties, to be fair. He's good at penalties, isn't he? I think one witness down the box. No, but if he gets the penalty, all right, let me ask you. Let's ask the awkward questions. If it hits 90th minute and it's still 0-0, people in the chat and obviously you guys right here, who does it go? Who do you really think it goes down to?
The goalkeeper at this point.
Even teams
who would you put your money on? Who would you put your money on? Who would you put your house on to win
penalties?
That game?
Penalties. I'll be honest with you, Inter Milan, and this is something I'd never thought I'd say. If we get extra time, it goes to Inter them as favourites.
I feel the same, and I feel if
it's
at that penalty, point, I'll be more comfortable.
City will have done everything they can in that 90 minutes. And then Pep's got to think of something totally different at that point.
I don't know. I have this feeling that the Inter players are so comfortable and so like calm. Like, remember, we finished the league and Man City went into a camp. They got 1 day of rest or something. And they went to a camp. Inter had a wedding. Lautaro, they had a barbecue the next day in the training ground, and players are taking pictures left and right and hanging out. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like this Inter team might even surprise me. Somehow, they might surprise me.
I went on a 10-day bender. That's why you never saw it, even for the last 3 games until we got to Wembley. To me, that's why I was happy with the way we played against United, only because I think that was the game we needed to get the cobwebs out the door. Like, Grealish hadn't been on a pitch for 4 weeks. None of them had played together for about 3 or 4 weeks at that point. So
Yeah.
they got him
And
back
they didn't
in.
have a great
Top
game.
web's gone.
And you think that not having a great game, did that affect them at all?
No. Because they played exactly as I thought they would. But it was a derby. They're always a bit tighter than normal. But I know Cass said something totally different. But I honestly, there wasn't a point in that game I was in fear of anything.
We should have scored.
And maybe it was different because I watched it when I got back from Wembley, and I was like, oh, it was a lot more closer than you think sometimes. Being there, you don't see everything as much. It's a bit awkward when you know. But I'm happy for that game. I thought we did what we needed to do. We got the job done. And I think the confidence it gives us winning 2 trophies with bouncing tonight. I mean, like you talked about Inter being so relaxed. City is so relaxed. You saw Pep yesterday laughing and joking with Aguero.
Well, you're not going to go out there and look nervous, though. Why would you
They
want?
look so relaxed.
You
I
have
mean,
to.
your best option was Haaland falling over a water cooler. And
I
trying
reckon
to do his
Alvarez,
ankle in.
Alvarez will be much more.
Whatever makes you sleep at night, mate. Whatever makes you sleep at night. Whatever makes you sleep at night. If you want to say that Guardiola's relaxed, the guy couldn't look in Inzaghi's eyes when they were talking. Couldn't even look at his eyes. Inzaghi's looking at him. The guy's nervous, man. He knows that a lot of things on the line for him. He's the whole city, the whole history. Listen, the whole history is going to be written today. Is it going to be written as you bottled the treble, or it's going to be, and he knows that, or it's going to be written as you're the one who matched Man United?
See, that's
There's
what
a
worries me. Bugs me
Dude,
that,
and it's
because-
already everybody's asking him this question, so it's in his head and it's in the players' heads.
No, I know, but to me, it's still been a fantastic season.
Oh yeah, of course.
When I lose tonight, you know, if you'd have said at the start, because to me, this is going to sound so old school. I'm sorry. The Premier League's always number 1 for me. We got that done. 3-peat done.
Yep.
So
Yeah, of course, 100%.
That's been totally. That's been so put under the radar that we won 3-peat. Sorry, Kaz, because you know Kaz's lot of I've dined out on that for so long. That
No, they did it. They did it twice,
and we did it. And then we did the FA Cup beating United, and now. So to me, it's still been a fantastic season. But
can I get a dysfunction there? Can I get a jab?
This is what we could do.
Can I get a jab in there?
Pardon?
Can I get a jab in there?
Go on.
Am I allowed to jab? It's like, look,
Go on.
let's see.
Go on.
Look, City might get a 3-peat and everything, but they still didn't make as much noise as Man United do with other situations. What can I say, man? Size of us, man. I'm joking. I'll take success over noise all day long.
Listen, I'll be the noisy neighbour all day long. You know, as I got told, never in my lifetime. We see things they'll never see. All this other stuff that you even rolled out your boss man last week.
Who? Wait, one.
Oh, you rolled out your boss man, and he just.
I don't. It don't make a difference, man. It just doesn't make a difference.
No,
look,
tonight we'll if City win tonight, it will put us in a different stratosphere. I'm not stupid.
Okay, what about if it doesn't? Because this is my point as well. Like, do you not think if City do not win today, how much of a knockoff effect can that happen for your next season? It's a bit like Liverpool. Look how much Liverpool gave to nearly win that quadruple, right? Nearly gave all that energy, and you can't fault Klopp the way he does things. Yes, they play the way they play, high energy, high press. But this season, they couldn't be asked. Like, it's not like couldn't be asked. I just think they were knackered. Same thing with Man City. If you do not win today, how does Pep rile all these guys again to go again? It will be so hard to really get them in the right frame of mind for the start of the season when they were like, oh, we're so close. Yeah, you can say, yeah, we'll go again start of the season. But a lot of these players have been doing it week in, week out for ages. Kevin De Bruyne, you know, he's catching on, to be fair. Haaland was going to be obviously hungry. Julian Alvarez. Mahrez, I think he'll be deflated. Bernardo, Gundogan will be deflated, I think. It's just like, I'm not questioning their mentalities, but it's hard. People don't understand. Once you've done so much in one season, you know how hard it is to go again when you've done it.
I think there's a little bit of a difference because Liverpool didn't refresh. I think City will refresh this summer. Either way, win or lose, City are going to refresh that midfield. We know Kovacic is coming in. Looks like Bernardo, probably maybe his last game tonight, sadly. Players are going to leave. Players will come in. But that is a worry I think I'd have to see how they perform first game of the season, what the mentality is. But it's very hard to judge City early on anyway, because anyone knows City don't come into the season ready. We haven't done for the past 4 years.
I got a question for Mo. So I saw online earlier, Don Robbie saying, if Man City do not win this, this is a bottle. This is the same guy, by the way, big up Robbie, by the way, and DR Media and everything, that didn't want to show their face to Daps or anybody when Arsenal finally lost the league. So didn't show up. But is this, that's called the definition of a bottle, by the way, by not showing up. Cancel the streams, right? But with you, Mo, if Man City don't win this, is it a bottle or is it simply that, you know what, Inter was actually quite good?
It's definitely not a
Same
bottle.
one for the comments as well. Is it a bottle if they lose it to Inter Milan, considering how much is riding on them and how much people are backing them to absolutely slap the shit out of Inter Milan tonight?
Yeah, exactly. There are two ways of looking at it. Look at the so-called experts that said that Man City will smash Inter, or actually look at the facts. The facts is Inter are a good team. Man City are in Champions League final. There's pressure on them. And so if they already got to a final, this is, people forget that getting to a final of the Champions League is an achievement. You went through Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, they won fair and square and get to the final. Like, if you tell me that Man City today lose for a penalty, or lose in the in penalties or in extra time, or lose in a 2-1 or 3-1 game or something close to that, is that a bottle job? Of course not, because football, this is not the league. This is a cup final. That means like Man City are, it's just small details, as people say. This game is based on small, it's going to be played on small details. Is if they go out there and Man City and completely get demolished, for example, 4-5-0, yes, which might not, it's most likely isn't going to happen. But if Man City go, I'm telling you, if Man City go out and 1-0 Inter with a penalty, is that a bottle job? No, of course not.
That's Robbie and Arsenal fans holding on.
They just what is it called?
Yeah, that's clinging, because
clinging.
Losing an 8-point lead in a league, that is bottling 4, 5, 6. And I don't even think Arsenal bottled it as much. I think City have just been very good and done what we've always done.
You can't be 93% on top of the league.
Yeah, you cannot. This is the league. It's not a cup. They didn't lose it to one game. They had many chances to keep.
In such of a cup final, could be a ref's decision, penalty, red card early on, injury early on, God forbid, to anyone. So it's the minute details can decide and change a cup final.
Yeah,
totally.
So it just depends how the game goes.
City Tottenham, 3 or 4 years ago, a handball by Llorente and a slight offside. You're out of it. This is the problem. You can never call losing a final a bottle job, because you don't beat Bayern, Real Madrid,
unless you're 2-0 up.
Yeah, you're 2 or 3-0 up, then it's totally different.
All right, that's it.
How many of them would swap positions with City or Inter Milan right now?
Yeah, it's true. Well, yeah, man. Look, what's your predict? I know Mo's prediction from yesterday. I know my prediction. I said 1-0 Inter Milan, because it's all, because you just got to speak into existence. I think Mo said 2-1, if I believe, to Inter Milan. But what's yours, Martin, before we wrap it up?
3-1. So, but I think it'll be. I think it's going to be 3-1. Sounds like a bit of an easy. No, I think it'll be a very close game up until the last 20, and then I think we'll get the third in the last 20 minutes.
Crazy, man! It's a beautiful Saturday, man. Inter Milan, can you do me a solid? I will be nice to Mo for the whole summer. I'm not
coming to the parade on Monday, Cass, if they win.
Do you see that? That's more pressure. If your officials have said that you're not going to do parade if you don't win this game, more pressure.
I think that's disgusting, by the way. Personally, I think it's disgusting.
It's more pressure on the players and the coach.
Yeah, I think that's awful to not parade a Premier League.
Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it. Praise away, man. Keep saying they're going to smash them. I don't mind it. But there's another 3 hours and exactly 23 minutes to go. 3 hours and 23 minutes. How you guys want to go spend that 3 hours and 22 minutes and 20 seconds is entirely up to you lot. It's entirely up to you. We're going to be later. We're going to be back later on tonight, by the way. Probably an hour after it's finished, with Dawood, with the Napoli fan, Mo Salad as well. Quality guy. and Abdallah as well, who's pretty much going to be shameful as shit as well. So, and then you got myself and Mo. Daps is going to be absolutely smashed, win or lose. I doubt he's going to come on, but he might be on tomorrow. Who knows? In the morning. So, but yeah, man, there's 356 of you in here. Go enjoy your days as much as possible for the next 3 hours and 22 minutes and 10 seconds.
Before we go, I keep an eye on Inter Worldwide. I might do a watch along if you want to watch my pain or my joy. Just keep an eye on Inter Worldwide. It'll be a hilarious watch along if I do it here. It's gonna be.
Or if you want the
ridiculous.
city perspective, I'm doing the watch along.
City perspective right there, Mancunian way. So it's up to you.
If you lot lose, I'm going to go around to every Man City watch along I can find.
See, I'm not saving you tonight, Cass. I saved you last time. I ain't saving you tonight.
No. If you do the watch along, I'm going to find Inter watch alongs and Man City ones. I'm just going to make it into a video. Literally reactions of the video. Inject the pain, but don't inject the pleasure because that's haram, innit? But anyways, big up everyone. You know, big up Martin himself. He's the GOAT, man.
We cannot replace him. We cannot.
You know, Pep Guardiola being a liar there, and then obviously Mo himself. And we'll be back later on tonight, maybe around an hour after it's done. Let everyone else do their streams, etc., etc. So yeah, watch out for that. Make sure you like the video and go over to Lewis's channel. Go show him some love, and yeah, man. Suppose it's a goodbye for now. Martin.